Tony was just a boy when he first saw the Olympics on TV. The bright lights, the cheering crowds, the athletes pushing their limits, it ignited a fire in his heart. From that day on, Tony had a dream to win Olympic gold.
I would spend hours watching my heroes, their victories fueling my own ambition. I knew what I wanted, and I was ready to chase my dream with all my might.
Tony's chosen sport was swimming. He joined the local swimming club, eager to learn and improve. Every day after school, Tony would head straight to the pool.
But my journey wasn't all smooth sailing. I faced many challenges along the way.
But every time those doubts crept in, Tony would remember the fire that burned within him, the dream that refused to be extinguished. As Tony grew older, the competition grew fiercer. He began competing at higher levels, facing tougher opponents who were just as determined to win. He hit a plateau in his training.
I started to question everything I'd been doing, wondering if I was good enough to compete at this level. The pool, once my sanctuary, began to feel like a battleground.
The other swimmers seemed to glide through the water, while Tony felt like he was fighting against it. He would lie awake at night, the weight of his dreams pressing down on him. He started skipping practice, making excuses to avoid the pool.
I felt lost, unsure of how to break through this wall that seemed to be holding me back.
Seeing his struggle, Tony's coach, a grizzled old veteran named Coach Miller, pulled him aside one day. Coach Miller had seen the fire in Tony's eyes, the raw talent that was waiting to be unleashed.
Tony, I've been where you are now. Every champion faces challenges, but it's how you overcome those challenges that defines you.
Coach Miller became more than just a coach to Tony. He became a mentor, a friend, a source of unwavering support. With renewed determination, Tony embraced Coach Miller's guidance. He revamped his training regime, focusing on his technique, his strength, his mental game. He learned to listen to his body, to understand its limits, and push past them safely.
I started to visualize my races, picturing myself gliding through the water with effortless speed, touching the wall first.
The road to the Olympics is paved with blood, sweat, and tears, and Tony was willing to give it his all. He knew that to achieve his dream, he had to be willing to make sacrifices.
I spent countless hours in the pool, honing my technique, building my endurance. I followed a strict diet, making sure I was fueling my body with the right nutrients. I even gave up on things that other teenagers enjoyed: parties, video games, late nights with friends.
There were days when his body ached, when his muscles screamed for mercy, but every time he felt like giving up, he would remember why he started in the first place.
I would think about the feeling of the water against my skin, the rush of adrenaline as I raced towards the finish line.
Years of relentless dedication and unwavering support led Tony to the Olympic trials. The atmosphere was electric, buzzing with nervous energy. The best swimmers from across the country had come together, all vying for a chance to represent their nation on the world's biggest sporting stage.
I could hear the roar of the crowd, feel the eyes of the world upon me. But amidst the chaos, I found an inner calm. I had prepared myself for this moment, both physically and mentally.
As Tony stepped onto the starting block, the world seemed to fade away.
I could hear Coach Miller's words echoing in my ears. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, you've got this.
It was just him and the water, a familiar embrace that had carried him through countless hours of training.
I took a deep breath, steadying my nerves, preparing to leave everything I had in the pool.
The starting pistol fired, and Tony exploded off the block, slicing into the water with barely a ripple. He could feel the power in his strokes, the years of training paying off. He was neck and neck with the other swimmers, the race too close to call.
As I approached the final turn, I dug deep, summoning every ounce of strength I had left. I could see the finish line in the distance, the culmination of my lifelong dream.
In that moment, time seemed to slow down. Tony could see the finish line approaching, could almost taste victory. He poured every ounce of his being into that final push, his body a blur of motion. The crowd was on their feet, their cheers deafening as he touched the wall. The scoreboard lit up, and for a moment, everything went silent. Then, the eruption. Tony had done it. He had won Olympic gold.
I looked up at the scoreboard, my name shining brightly next to the coveted first-place spot. I had achieved what I had set out to do all those years ago. The young boy who had dared to dream, who had stared at the television screen with longing in his eyes, had just etched his name into the annals of Olympic history.
Standing on the podium, as the national anthem played and the flag of his country was raised high, Tony was overcome with a sense of gratitude. He thought about the sacrifices he had made, the challenges he had overcome, the unwavering support of his family, friends, and Coach Miller. It was their belief in him that had given him the strength to persevere, to push through the pain and doubt.
I ripped off my swim cap, letting out a roar of triumph that echoed through the arena.
Tony's story is a testament to the power of dreams and the importance of perseverance. It's a reminder that no matter where you come from, no matter the obstacles you face, anything is possible if you dare to dream big and work hard to achieve your goals. His journey from a young boy with a flickering dream to an Olympic champion is an inspiration to us all. It highlights the fact that success is not a straight line, but a winding path filled with its fair share of ups and downs.
The pursuit of a dream is just as important as the destination.
So the next time you face a challenge, remember Tony's journey. Let his story ignite a fire within you, a fire that fuels your passions and propels you towards your own dreams. Because in the end, it's not just about winning medals. It's about the journey, the lessons learned, and the person you become along the way.